Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered, are we alone in the universe? Well, what if I told you that scientists have just uncovered signs of potential life on a distant planet? How mind-blowing is that? Today we're diving into one of the most exciting discoveries yet, an exoplanet 124 light-years away that might just hold the key to answering one of humanity's biggest questions. Could this be the breakthrough we've been waiting for? Stay tuned, because this discovery might change everything we know about life beyond Earth. The search for life beyond Earth. Hey, explorers, imagine this. You're looking up at the night sky wondering if we're truly alone out here. Pretty mind-boggling, right? Well, recent discoveries have shaken the foundations of that thought, making the question more relevant than ever. Just recently, scientists might have found signs of life on an exoplanet, one that's 124 light-years away. The discovery was made possible by the powerful James Webb Space Telescope, and the implications? Huge. This isn't just another space mission where we find a planet with a similar atmosphere. No, this one could actually hold the key to something far more incredible, proof that life exists elsewhere in the universe. In today's video, we're diving deep into the findings, exploring what they mean for us here on Earth, and discussing how this discovery is changing everything we thought we knew about life beyond our planet. Could this be the first step toward answering one of humanity's biggest questions? Are we truly alone? Keep watching because you're about to join me on a journey that could alter the way we look at our place in the cosmos forever. Meet K2-18b, the ocean-covered exoplanet. Alright, let's talk about the star of the show, K2-18b. K2-18b is what scientists call a Hycean world. You might be wondering, what does that mean? Well, this planet is covered in oceans and the atmosphere is rich in hydrogen, an exciting combo when you're looking for life. It's located in the habitable zone of its star, meaning it's the perfect distance to possibly support liquid water, which we know is essential for life. Think about it, liquid water on another planet. Mind-blowing, right? Now here's where it gets even more intriguing. K2-18b is very different from our own Earth in many ways. Despite being about 8.6 times larger than Earth, it shares some crucial characteristics with planets we could actually live on. The real kicker? This exoplanet is a prime candidate for future missions to explore life beyond Earth. Imagine what kind of secrets it could reveal about the universe and our search for extraterrestrial life. The excitement of discovering a planet with these kinds of conditions is that it pushes the boundaries of what we thought was possible. And trust me, we've only just begun. Stay with me because the best part is yet to come. The role of the James Webb Space Telescope. Alright, let's talk about the tech that made this discovery possible. The James Webb Space Telescope. If you haven't heard of it yet, let me introduce you to the most powerful space telescope ever built. Think of it as the Hubble telescope's cooler, more advanced cousin capable of seeing farther into space and with a level of detail we've never had before. Imagine having a pair of super-powered binoculars that can pick out the tiniest details on distant planets. JWST is like that, but on a cosmic scale. Thanks to JWST, scientists were able to analyze the light coming from K2-18b's atmosphere. This wasn't just a quick look, the telescope meticulously studied the light as it passed through, revealing a wealth of information about the planet's composition. JWST detected the presence of molecules like water vapor, methane, and hold on, dimethyl sulfide, a compound linked to biological processes here on Earth. The beauty of JWST is in its precision. It can look deep into the atmospheres of distant planets, helping us detect signatures of life from millions of miles away. It's like being able to read a book from a planet light-years away. So when you hear life beyond Earth, you're hearing the results of years of hard work and technological brilliance. The JWST is rewriting what we thought was possible in space exploration. The discovery of dimethyl sulfide. Hold on to your seats because this is where things get seriously interesting. One of the most exciting discoveries from JWST's analysis of K2-18b's atmosphere is the detection of dimethyl sulfide, or DMS. Now what does that mean? Well, on Earth, DMS is produced by tiny organisms in our oceans, like phytoplankton. It's one of those substances that's essentially a biological byproduct, something that nature produces when life is present. And guess what? It was detected on K2-18b. Why is this a big deal? DMS is a potential biosignature, basically a chemical fingerprint of life. It's not something you typically find in non-living processes. On Earth, it's linked to the activity of marine life. So finding it on K2-18b opens up the tantalizing possibility that similar life forms, maybe not exactly like what we know on Earth, but life nonetheless, could be thriving on this distant planet. But before we all get too excited, let's remember while this is an incredible find, DMS could also be produced by non-biological processes. Scientists are still working to understand all the factors at play. But make no mistake, this discovery is a major step toward answering one of the biggest questions humanity has ever asked. Could K218b be harboring life? Well, this finding says maybe. What does this mean for the search for life? So, what does all of this mean for the search for life beyond Earth? Well, this discovery of DMS on K218b is a game changer. While we still can't say for sure that life exists on this exoplanet, the evidence is compelling enough to make scientists sit up and take notice. If this is indeed a biological signature, it would be the strongest evidence we've found so far that we're not alone in the universe. And that, my friends, is huge. But here's the kicker. We've been searching for life in the universe for centuries, but finding definitive proof has always been elusive. This detection doesn't just throw a lifeline to the idea of extraterrestrial life, it actually fuels the fire of possibility. Imagine, after all this time, being able to say that we've discovered potential life, not just on another moon or comet, but on an actual planet, one that could be incredibly similar to Earth in many ways. This finding doesn't just get us closer to answering that age-old question, are we alone? It opens up new avenues for exploration, forcing us to rethink our criteria for what constitutes life. Maybe it's not as rare as we thought, but let's be clear, we're not popping champagne just yet. The discovery of DMS might be a sign, but we need more evidence to make a conclusive statement. The hunt continues, and this finding gives us the momentum we need to push further into space. The next few years of research are going to be electrifying. The future is closer than ever. Implications for humanity. Now let's take a moment to consider the bigger picture. If we confirm that life exists on K218b, it would completely shake up how we see ourselves and our place in the universe. For centuries, humanity has grappled with the question of whether we're alone, and every new discovery that points to the existence of life beyond Earth brings us closer to understanding that we might not be. It's a humbling thought, isn't it? The idea that there could be other beings with their own civilizations, maybe even their own versions of us out there. But it's not just about the wow factor. If life really exists elsewhere, it opens up a whole new chapter in science. Think about how biology might be different on a planet with an ocean and a hydrogen-rich atmosphere. How would life adapt? Could organisms thrive in extreme environments that we once thought were inhospitable? What if life on other planets doesn't even resemble anything we know here on Earth? This could change the course of medicine, technology, and even our philosophy about life and existence. And it doesn't end there. The discovery of life elsewhere would challenge many of our societal, religious, and cultural views. It would ask us to redefine what we know about life, consciousness, and our place in the vast, mysterious universe. One thing's for sure, it would forever alter how we see the stars and our understanding of life itself. Future missions and research. Alright, let's look ahead. What comes next in this incredible journey of discovery? Well folks, while K218b is exciting, we're just getting started. This finding is only the tip of the iceberg, and the road ahead is paved with more questions and more missions to uncover the truth about life beyond Earth. The James Webb Space Telescope is already scheduled for more observations, and future missions are going to follow in its footsteps. One exciting prospect is the upcoming missions to explore other Hycean planets, worlds like K218b, which have the potential to harbor liquid water and life. Scientists are looking for planets with similar conditions to K218b, hoping to catch more signs of life in the vast ocean of space. We could also see missions to collect atmospheric samples from these planets, which would give us a closer look at their chemical makeup, biological markers, and more. And let's not forget the advancements in technology. The next generation of telescopes like the Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope could bring us even closer to discovering the truth about alien life. These tools will allow us to study the atmospheres of exoplanets with greater precision, looking for biosignatures that could hint at life. The search for life is far from over, and this discovery is the beginning of an exciting era in space exploration. The future is bright, and who knows, the next big breakthrough could be just around the corner. Let's keep our eyes on the stars because the universe still holds many secrets waiting to be uncovered. And there you have it! The possibility of life beyond Earth is no longer just a dream, it's becoming a reality. What do you think? Could we really find life out there? Or is it just wishful thinking? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the universe's greatest mysteries, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more mind-blowing discoveries. Until next time, keep looking up, and stay curious about the cosmos. This is Space Facts, and the universe is waiting to be explored. Hey, fellow stargazers, have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered about those bright moving lights? What if one of them wasn't just any shooting star, but an actual celestial visitor making its return after decades? Imagine witnessing a cosmic event that only happens once in a lifetime. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, Halley's Comet is exactly that, a dazzling streak across the sky that's visible once every 76 years. So have you ever seen it? Or would you like to? Let's dive into the story of this incredible comet. Halley's Comet. Hey there, stargazers. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered about those bright moving lights? Maybe you've caught a glimpse of one and thought, is that a shooting star? Well, what if I told you that what you saw could have been one of the most famous celestial objects, Halley's Comet? Halley's Comet isn't just your average comet, it's a celestial traveler that graces us with its presence only once every 76 years. Imagine that. It's like the ultimate cosmic guest that pops in for a visit, leaves an unforgettable impression, and then vanishes, only to return many decades later. If you're lucky, you'll catch a glimpse of it just once in your lifetime. I mean, how wild is that? But here's where it gets even more interesting. Unlike other comets that fly by Earth and fade into the void, Halley's Comet is different. It's the only comet that's visible to the naked eye from Earth without the need for a telescope or binoculars. That means everyone, no matter where you are, can witness this dazzling spectacle when it swings by. Sounds like something straight out of a science fiction movie, right? Now, imagine what it would have been like hundreds of years ago, before we understood anything about space. A strange object flying across the sky, changing its shape and glowing with an eerie light. People back then might have thought it was a sign from the gods or a harbinger of doom. And yet, even today, we're still in awe of its magnificent return. So whether you're a seasoned skywatcher or someone who's just starting to look up, let's dive into the story of Halley's Comet. I promise you, this is one cosmic journey you won't want to miss. The man behind the name. Alright, here's a fun twist. Halley's Comet isn't actually named after the comet itself, but rather a guy who was absolutely obsessed with the stars. Let me introduce you to Edmund Halley, an English astronomer with a mind as sharp as a comet's tail. Back in the 17th century, Halley was already known for his work in science and astronomy. But it was in 1705 that he made a groundbreaking realization that would forever change our understanding of comets. He figured out that 3 comets that had been spotted over several decades, 1531, 1607, and 1682, were all the same comet making a return trip every 76 years. Imagine the sheer genius it took to connect those dots. This was a major aha moment in the world of astronomy. Now Halley didn't just stop there. He did what any true visionary would do. He predicted that the comet would return in 1758. And guess what? He was absolutely right. When the comet showed up exactly when he said it would, the entire scientific community went wild. This was a huge victory for Halley, and for the field of astronomy. But here's the kicker. Edmund Halley didn't live long enough to see his prediction come true. He passed away in 1742, 16 years before the comet's return. Yet his name lived on, forever tied to this spectacular celestial visitor. In honor of his brilliance, the comet was named after him, cementing his legacy as one of the great pioneers in our understanding of the universe. Can you imagine how thrilled he would have been to see his prediction validated? It's a testament to the power of curiosity and the drive to understand the cosmos. What's even more fascinating is how one person's insight can change the course of history. And today, we're still marveling at his discovery every time Halley's Comet returns to our skies. Orbit and composition. Alright, now let's get into the really fascinating part. Halley's Comet doesn't just casually wander around the solar system. It follows a highly elliptical orbit, taking it on an incredible, almost heart-pounding journey through space. And get this, its orbit is so wide and elongated that it swings from the very edge of the solar system, near Neptune, all the way into the inner reaches, past Mercury. That's a distance of billions of kilometers. Can you even begin to imagine the scale of that? The comet's journey is a wild ride, with it spending most of its time way out beyond the orbits of the planets, where the sun's light barely touches. But when Halley's Comet gets close to the sun, it starts to heat up. And that's when the real magic happens. Its icy nucleus begins to release gases and dust, forming a glowing coma and that spectacular tail we all know and love. This tail is one of the most iconic features of Halley's Comet. It can stretch for millions of kilometers, but here's the crazy part. That tail never points towards the sun. Instead, it always points away from it. It's as if the sun's solar winds push the dust and gas away, creating a shimmering, glowing trail that marks its passage across the heavens. What's even more mind-blowing is how long this comet takes to complete its full orbit. Halley's Comet takes about 76 years to make one complete lap around the sun. That means that the next time it returns, it will be like a whole new generation getting a chance to witness its magnificence for the first time. It's like the universe is giving us a rare gift, one we can't take for granted. And here's where it gets even more personal. Imagine being able to witness something that will only happen once in your lifetime. That's what makes Halley's Comet so special. It's not just a passing star in the sky, but a visitor that reminds us of the vastness of the universe and our tiny place within it. Can you imagine watching that glowing tail light up the sky in a way no other celestial body can? Historical significance and cultural impact. But wait, Halley's Comet is so much more than just a bright streak across the sky. It's been part of human history for thousands of years. People have been recording sightings of this cosmic visitor since ancient times, and it's been woven into the fabric of various cultures, sometimes seen as an omen, other times as a symbol of wonder. The earliest recorded sighting of Halley's Comet dates back to 240 BC in China. Back then, people didn't have telescopes, so they relied on their eyes to spot the comet as it streaked across the sky. And it wasn't just the Chinese who noticed. Ancient cultures across the world kept track of this celestial traveler. In 1066, the Bayeux Tapestry famously depicted Halley's Comet, linking it to the Norman conquest of England. How cool is that? A comet marking a significant historical event. For centuries, people saw Halley's Comet as a sign, something bigger than themselves, something connected to divine or cosmic forces. In the medieval era, its appearance was often seen as a warning of disaster, a harbinger of death, or an omen of change. Imagine the fear and awe it must have inspired back then. People didn't have the scientific knowledge we do today, so they would have viewed the comet with both wonder and fear. It was a reminder that the universe was vast, unpredictable, and sometimes even terrifying. But over time, as our understanding of the cosmos grew, Halley's Comet transformed from a mysterious omen to a fascinating object of study. Scientists like Edmund Halley, and countless others after him, turned it into a symbol of curiosity and scientific progress. It became proof that with careful observation and study, we could unlock the secrets of the universe. In a way, Halley's Comet has become a metaphor for human progress, something we can't control but can certainly understand. Even today, Halley's Comet holds a special place in our hearts and minds. Every time it reappears, it serves as a reminder of our shared history, our thirst for knowledge, and the magic that comes with looking up at the sky. Isn't it fascinating how one comet, one simple streak of light, can bring so many different meanings to so many different people across time and space? Space missions and scientific discoveries. Now, let's take things to the next level. Halley's Comet isn't just a distant object we admire from Earth. In fact, it's been the subject of intense scientific interest, and some truly remarkable space missions have been launched to get a closer look at this cosmic traveler. In 1986, Halley's Comet became the first comet to be visited by a spacecraft, and the story of that journey is nothing short of incredible. The European Space Agency sent the Giotto spacecraft to get a close-up of the comet's nucleus. Imagine this, a spacecraft, hurtling through space, aiming directly for the heart of a fast-moving comet. The mission was risky, and the chances of success were slim, but Giotto defied the odds and made history by flying within 600 kilometers of Halley's Comet. The images and data Giotto sent back were groundbreaking. For the first time, scientists saw Halley's nucleus up close, a dirty snowball-like object made of ice and dust. The data revealed that the nucleus was about 15 kilometers across and covered in craters. Scientists also found that the comet's surface was covered in a dark material, possibly organic compounds. These findings were a huge step forward in understanding comets and, by extension, the building blocks of our solar system. The Giotto mission wasn't the only one. Other spacecraft, like NASA's Deep Space One and Japan's Suisei, also had their eyes on Halley's Comet, contributing to a wealth of knowledge about its composition and behavior. Each of these missions helped scientists piece together the history of comets as remnants of the early solar system, objects that have been around for billions of years, holding secrets to the origins of our planet. What's even more exciting is that Halley's Comet continues to spark new questions and discoveries. With every new mission and observation, we learn a little more about these ancient travelers, and who knows? The next time Halley's Comet returns, we might be able to send even more advanced technology to get an even clearer view of this cosmic marvel. When will it return? So, now you're probably wondering, when can we expect this cosmic visitor to return? Well, Halley's Comet has a regular schedule of sorts. Its orbit is like clockwork, predictable yet staggeringly long. The next time it will grace our skies is in 2061. That's right, if we're lucky, we'll all get another chance to witness this awe-inspiring spectacle. I know, 2061 feels like forever away, but think about this for a second. Halley's Comet only comes around once every 76 years. That means if you've seen it once, you've had an experience that most people will never get in their lifetimes. It's a cosmic gift that feels almost like a once-in-a-lifetime chance to witness something truly spectacular. Now you might be wondering, what will it look like when it returns? Well, experts say that Halley's Comet will likely appear brighter and more vivid than ever before. It'll be visible to the naked eye, just like it has been during past returns. But the most exciting part? The comet will pass much closer to Earth than it has in previous visits. In 1986, it was about 87 million kilometers away. In 2061, it will pass by at only about 60 million kilometers. That's a pretty big difference, and it means that Halley's Comet will be one of the brightest objects in our night sky. But here's the kicker. This might be the only time in many of our lifetimes that we get to see it at such a close distance. For those of us who don't catch it in 2061, we won't be around to see its next return in 2013-4. So mark your calendars, folks. Because Halley's Comet isn't just any celestial body, it's an event that will make history once again. Will you be part of it? Just imagine the thrill of standing under the night sky, watching Halley's Comet streaking across the heavens. It'll be a moment of connection, not just with the cosmos but with generations of skywatchers who've witnessed the same incredible sight. That's what makes Halley's Comet more than just a comet. It's a timeless reminder that the universe is vast, and we're lucky enough to be a part of it. So there you have it, Halley's Comet, a cosmic traveler that continues to amaze us with every return. Who knows what discoveries await as it journeys through the vast expanse of space? Are you ready for its next visit? Let us know in the comments below. And if you love discovering the secrets of the universe, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more adventures here at Space Facts. In 1610, Galileo gazed through his telescope and unknowingly discovered a storm so colossal it could engulf 3 Earths. That storm, the Great Red Spot on Jupiter, has raged for over 350 years. A hurricane older than modern civilization spinning endlessly across the face of a gas giant. Scientists have studied it for centuries, and still its secrets remain locked in swirling mystery. We don't know how it began. We don't know why it's red. We don't even know why it won't die, so if you hovered above it, would you feel wonder or dread? Let's dive into the storm. What is the Great Red Spot? You've probably seen photos of Jupiter, massive, striped, mysterious. But what if I told you one of the planet's most iconic features is actually a storm so large it could swallow Earth 2, maybe 3 times over? Yeah, that giant reddish oval isn't just a pretty swirl, it's chaos, controlled chaos. They call it the Great Red Spot, but that name doesn't even come close to capturing what's going on. This isn't your average storm. It's a swirling beast, an anticyclonic tempest that's been howling in Jupiter's atmosphere for at least 350 years, and likely much longer. Spinning with winds exceeding 430 kilometers per hour, it sits in the planet's southern hemisphere like a never-ending wound in the sky. Unlike storms on Earth which form and vanish in days or weeks, this one refuses to die. Scientists believe it's trapped between powerful jet streams that feed its fury, keeping it spinning like a cosmic blender. Now here's where it gets weirder. Jupiter doesn't even have a solid surface. So this storm isn't slamming into any ground to slow it down, it's floating. A monstrous, hovering hurricane, powered by Jupiter's turbulent atmosphere and fed by dynamics we still don't fully understand. Think about that. Earth's fiercest storms are toddlers compared to this ancient planetary giant. How big is it? Let's break scale for a second. Earth has hurricanes, sure. But they're barely pimples next to this. At its largest, the Great Red Spot measured over 40,000 kilometers wide. That's more than 3 Earths, side by side, spinning around inside a single storm system. It was the kind of storm that made even veteran astronomers shake their heads in disbelief. But here's the twist. It's shrinking. Yup, this legendary vortex has been getting smaller over the last century. Current estimates say it's about 12,000 kilometers across. Still massive, but a shadow of its former self. And it's not just shrinking, it's also changing shape. What was once a wide oval wound is slowly turning into a more circular form. No one knows exactly why. Could it be dying, evolving, or gearing up for something new? NASA's Hubble Space Telescope has been tracking it closely, and even that eye in the sky can't predict its fate. Every year brings new surprises, rips in its structure, blobs of gas breaking off, or sudden color shifts. It's like the storm is alive, rewriting its own story as we watch. So the next time you see a picture of Jupiter, remember, that red dot isn't just a dot, it's a mystery bigger than Earth, literally. Why is it red? Ever stared at Jupiter's Great Red Spot and thought, why that color? I mean, it's not just red, it's deep, rusty, bloody red, the kind of shade that feels ancient. And what's wild is, scientists aren't even fully sure why. The truth? We don't have a definitive answer. And that's part of what makes this storm so maddeningly fascinating. Some researchers believe that chemicals in Jupiter's upper atmosphere, like ammonia and acetylene, get blasted by ultraviolet light from the sun. That intense solar radiation could trigger chemical reactions, creating complex substances known as chromophores, which reflect red and orange hues. Basically, sunlight is cooking Jupiter's atmosphere like a chemical stew, and the Great Red Spot is what bubbles to the surface. But here's where it gets even more bizarre. Sometimes the color changes. Over the decades, astronomers have observed it appear lighter, darker, or more orange-toned. That suggests something dynamic is happening, either at the cloud tops or even deeper in Jupiter's chaotic atmosphere. One theory hints that we're not seeing the storm's real color at all, just a stained upper layer, like tinted glass hiding the real storm beneath. It's a mystery wrapped in science, cloaked in clouds. And the more instruments we point at it, from Hubble to Juno, the more questions arise. What if the Great Red Spot is trying to tell us something about Jupiter's chemistry that we've missed entirely? The color might be a clue, or it might be a cosmic red herring. How did it form? The craziest thing about the Great Red Spot, no one knows exactly how it began. Think about that. We've been staring at this storm since the 1600s, and its origin story is still shrouded in gas, chaos, and theory. Some scientists say it started when multiple smaller storms merged, like angry tempests colliding to become one massive superstorm. Others believe it emerged from the wild dynamics between Jupiter's fierce jet streams, which tore open a hole in the sky and gave birth to a monster. Jupiter's atmosphere is layered, fast, and unstable. It's a planet made of swirling gases rotating at breakneck speeds, with no solid surface to ground anything. So when a disturbance happens, it doesn't just fizzle, it spins, strengthens, and gets sucked into the rhythm of the planet itself. The Great Red Spot might have formed when one such disturbance just refused to die. Instead, it locked into a powerful zone between opposing winds like a spinning top caught in an endless tug of war, and the storm's anticyclonic nature, meaning it spins opposite the planet's rotation, makes it even more stable. Instead of fading out, it dug in, for centuries. Some even speculate that the storm could predate our telescopic observations, meaning it might have been there longer than modern science has existed. It's not just a storm, it's a survivor. Is it shrinking or changing? You wouldn't expect something this massive, this ancient, to change, but it is. In fact, the Great Red Spot is shrinking, and fast. Back in the 1800s it spanned more than 40,000 kilometers across. Today, just around 12,000 kilometers. That's like watching a continent-sized hurricane collapse down to the size of a country. And yet, despite this dramatic reduction, the storm is somehow holding on, refusing to disappear entirely. But size isn't the only thing shifting. The shape is changing too, becoming more rounded, less stretched. Even stranger, scientists have spotted chunks of the storm peeling off, forming smaller vortices that break away like sparks from a fire. Some experts call it storm flaking, while others think it's the red spot fighting to stabilize itself. Either way, it's like watching a giant creature shed its skin in slow motion. In 2019, observers saw a series of mysterious blades or extensions protruding from the storm's core, like arms reaching out before quickly pulling back. And while some predicted the storm's imminent death, data from the Juno spacecraft showed something shocking. Beneath the visible layers, the red spot is deeper than we thought, up to 300 kilometers into Jupiter's atmosphere. So while the top might look like it's fading, the roots, still powerful, still fierce. Maybe it's not dying, maybe it's evolving, adapting, or hiding its true power deeper inside where our instruments can barely reach. What lies beneath? What's happening beneath the swirling clouds of the Great Red Spot? While the storm itself is incredible to observe from above, scientists are just as curious about what's going on beneath the surface. Thanks to NASA's Juno spacecraft, which has been orbiting Jupiter since 2016, we now have some incredible data about the depth of the storm. For years, researchers believed that the Great Red Spot was only a feature of Jupiter's upper atmosphere, but Juno's data has revealed something more surprising. It turns out that the storm extends deep into the planet's atmosphere, up to 300 to 500 kilometers beneath the clouds. But what's really happening down there? That's still a bit of a mystery. The Great Red Spot's depth suggests that it's not just a surface-level phenomenon, it's a massive atmospheric feature that penetrates deep into Jupiter's layers. Some scientists think that the storm's depth might be related to the planet's internal heat, which could play a role in powering the storm. Jupiter's heat source is still not fully understood, but it seems that the planet's intense internal energy helps sustain the storm's immense size and strength. Additionally, this deep penetration could be affecting the dynamics of the entire atmosphere, creating a feedback loop that keeps the storm going. What else might lie beneath? Jupiter's atmospheric layers are still largely unexplored, and the Great Red Spot may hold clues to understanding the planet's deeper atmospheric and internal processes. As Juno continues to send back more data, scientists hope to gain a clearer picture of the forces that drive the Great Red Spot and the broader atmospheric dynamics of Jupiter. The more we learn about what's happening below the surface, the better we'll understand not only Jupiter's weather, but also how other gas giants in our solar system, and possibly even exoplanets, might behave. What are scientists discovering now? When NASA's Juno spacecraft arrived at Jupiter, it didn't just snap pretty photos. It pulled back the curtain. What it revealed beneath the Great Red Spot left scientists stunned. This isn't just a surface storm, it plunges hundreds of kilometers deep, swirling through Jupiter's layers like a spinning skyscraper of wind. Think about that. Our storms float in the sky. Jupiter's storms dig into the planet itself. Juno detected gravitational anomalies as it flew over the red spot, indicating mass and density variations deep below the clouds. It's as if the storm has a skeleton, a complex internal structure that anchors it in place. And then, there are the atmospheric waves, strange ripples of energy moving outward from the storm like it's broadcasting its presence across the planet. No one expected to find those. Even more shocking, instruments have picked up heat signatures from deep inside, suggesting something energetic is brewing beneath the visible layers. Combine that with data from the James Webb Space Telescope, and you get a picture that's more alien than we ever imagined. Layers of gas rotating at different speeds, chemical reactions we can't fully simulate on Earth, and signs that the storm's power source may come from below, not just the sun. What's going on inside Jupiter might hold answers to how gas giants work, not just in our solar system but in distant exoplanets too. The Great Red Spot isn't just a curiosity anymore, it's a lab, a puzzle, and we're only beginning to crack it open. How does the Great Red Spot affect Jupiter's weather? Jupiter's Great Red Spot doesn't just sit there looking menacing, it plays a key role in the planet's complex weather system. While Earth's weather is driven by the sun, Jupiter's immense size and distance from our star create a very different dynamic. The Great Red Spot is one of the driving forces behind the planet's atmospheric movements, contributing to powerful jet streams and storm systems across the gas giant. But how does this massive storm influence the weather on a planet without a solid surface? The Great Red Spot interacts with Jupiter's fast-moving jet streams, creating areas of low and high pressure. These powerful wind patterns affect everything from the planet's cloud formations to the movement of its other massive storms. Some researchers believe that the storm's presence might even help stabilize Jupiter's atmosphere, keeping it in a constant state of flux, and preventing other, smaller storms from growing too powerful. Even though the Great Red Spot might be shrinking, its influence is still widespread. As scientists continue to study the planet's atmosphere, they are learning that this storm may be an integral part of how Jupiter's weather patterns maintain their unique characteristics. It's more than just a visual phenomenon. It's a crucial force that helps shape the very nature of Jupiter's chaotic skies. What we learn about the red spot could help us understand not only Jupiter but also how storms form on other gas giants, and even exoplanets we've yet to discover. Thanks for exploring the mystery of Jupiter's Great Red Spot with us. Space isn't just out there, it's a mirror reflecting how little we truly know. Every swirling storm, every unexplained force reminds us that the universe is alive with secrets still waiting to be discovered. What do you think lies beneath that crimson vortex? Could it be more than just a storm? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below, and if you love discovering the secret of the universe, don't forget to like, subscribe to Space Facts and hit the bell icon for more adventures. The June solstice is a cosmic event that shapes life on Earth in ways we often overlook. On this day, the sun reaches its highest or lowest point in the sky, creating the longest day in one hemisphere and the shortest in the other. Did you know that above the Arctic Circle, the sun can shine for 24 hours straight during this time? The June solstice isn't just about daylight, it's a powerful reminder of our planet's incredible dance with the sun. What is the June solstice? The June solstice is one of nature's most fascinating astronomical events, marking a pivotal moment in Earth's yearly journey around the sun. On this day, the sun reaches its highest or lowest point relative to the celestial equator, creating a dramatic shift in daylight hours. This event officially signals the start of summer in the northern hemisphere, and winter in the southern hemisphere. But what exactly causes this phenomenon? It all comes down to the tilt of our planet. Earth is not perfectly upright. Instead, it leans at an angle of about 23.5 degrees. This tilt means that as Earth orbits the sun, different parts of the planet receive varying amounts of sunlight at different times of the year. During the June solstice, the North Pole tilts toward the sun, allowing the northern hemisphere to bask in longer daylight hours. Meanwhile, the southern hemisphere experiences shorter days and longer nights. This celestial dance has been observed and celebrated by humans for thousands of years, influencing calendars, agriculture, and cultural rituals worldwide. The June solstice is more than just a date on the calendar. It's a reminder of the intricate relationship between our planet and the sun, shaping life in countless ways. Why does the length of day vary? The length of the day during the June solstice is not random but a direct result of Earth's axial tilt and its orbit around the sun. Because the planet is tilted at about 23.5 degrees, the angle at which sunlight strikes different regions changes throughout the year. This tilt causes the sun to appear higher or lower in the sky depending on the season. During the June solstice, the northern hemisphere leans toward the sun, which means sunlight travels a longer path across the sky, resulting in extended daylight hours. Conversely, the southern hemisphere tilts away, receiving less direct sunlight and experiencing shorter days. This variation in sunlight affects everything from weather patterns to ecosystems. For example, longer days in the north encourage plants to grow and animals to breed, while shorter days in the south signal the approach of winter. The changing length of days also influences human behavior and culture, with many societies marking the solstice as a time of celebration and reflection. Understanding why day length varies helps us appreciate the complex mechanics of our planet's movement and its profound impact on life. Longest day in the northern hemisphere. When the June solstice arrives, the northern hemisphere enjoys its longest day of the year, a phenomenon that has fascinated people for centuries. This happens because the North Pole tilts closest to the sun, allowing sunlight to flood the sky for an extended period. In some places above the Arctic Circle, the sun doesn't set at all, creating the famous midnight sun. This extra daylight means more time to enjoy outdoor activities, soak up vitamin D, and connect with nature. It also triggers biological changes in plants and animals, encouraging growth, reproduction, and migration. The long day brings energy and vibrancy to human cultures as well, inspiring festivals, ceremonies, and traditions that celebrate light and life. From ancient stone circles aligned with the solstice sun to modern-day gatherings, this day is a powerful reminder of the Earth's rhythms. The longest day isn't just about more sunlight, it's about the connection between our planet's tilt and the sun's path, shaping the seasons and influencing life in profound ways. So when you experience that extra hour of daylight, you're witnessing a cosmic event that has been happening for millions of years. Shortest day in the southern hemisphere. While the northern hemisphere basks in extended daylight, the southern hemisphere experiences its shortest day during the June solstice. This contrast occurs because the South Pole tilts away from the sun, casting longer shadows and bringing extended nighttime hours. For those living in places like Australia, South Africa, and parts of South America, the June solstice signals the onset of winter, with cooler temperatures and shorter days. The reduced sunlight affects ecosystems, slowing plant growth and prompting animals to prepare for colder months. People adjust their routines, often spending more time indoors and celebrating winter festivals. Despite the chill, the solstice holds cultural significance here too, marking a time of reflection, rest, and renewal. It's a reminder that while the Earth's tilt brings change, it also creates balance. One hemisphere's longest day is the other's shortest. This interplay between light and dark, warmth and cold, shapes the planet's diverse climates and lifestyles. Understanding the southern hemisphere's solstice experience helps us appreciate the global impact of this astronomical event and the shared connection we all have with the sun's journey. Cultural significance of the June solstice. The June solstice has inspired countless cultures around the world, each celebrating this celestial milestone in unique and meaningful ways. From ancient times, people have recognized the solstice as a powerful moment of transition and renewal. Many festivals honor the sun's life-giving energy, symbolizing growth, fertility, and hope. For example, in Scandinavia, midsummer festivals light bonfires to celebrate the longest day, while in Mexico, indigenous communities hold rituals to honor the sun god. These traditions often include music, dance, and communal gatherings, reflecting humanity's deep connection to the natural world. The solstice also influenced ancient architecture, with monuments like Stonehenge and Newgrange aligned precisely to capture the first rays of the solstice sun. This alignment shows how early civilizations tracked time and seasons, using the solstice as a calendar marker. Celebrating the June solstice today continues this legacy, reminding us to pause, appreciate the changing seasons, and reconnect with the rhythms of our planet. It's a moment to honor light, life, and the enduring bond between Earth and Sun that shapes our existence. How the solstice affects nature. The impact of the June solstice extends far beyond just longer or shorter days. It profoundly affects the natural world. In the northern hemisphere, the surge of sunlight triggers a burst of activity in plants and animals. Trees and flowers grow rapidly, taking advantage of the extended daylight to photosynthesize more efficiently. Many animals use this time to mate, raise their young, or migrate to more favorable environments. The solstice acts as a natural signal, guiding behaviors that ensure survival through the changing seasons. Meanwhile, in the southern hemisphere, the shorter days and reduced sunlight slow down growth and encourage animals to prepare for winter's challenges. These seasonal rhythms create a delicate balance in ecosystems, where every species responds to the sun's changing position. Understanding this connection highlights how the June solstice is not just an astronomical event, but a vital driver of life cycles on Earth. It's a reminder that our planet's tilt and orbit orchestrate a complex dance of light and dark, growth and rest, sustaining the diversity of life we see around us. Common myths and misconceptions. You know, a lot of people think the June solstice is the exact moment when the longest or shortest day happens, but honestly, the reality is a bit more fascinating and complex. The solstice, well, it actually marks the point when the sun reaches its highest or lowest position in the sky at noon, but the length of daylight changes gradually before and after this date. So, what that means is the longest day in the northern hemisphere and the shortest day in the southern hemisphere don't always fall exactly on the solstice itself. Instead, they usually occur within a few days on either side. This happens because of the way Earth's atmosphere bends sunlight, and also the planet's orbit isn't a perfect circle. It's just a little bit elliptical. These factors cause subtle shifts in sunrise and sunset times, creating a phenomenon called the solstice effect. Understanding this honestly helps debunk some common myths and really deepens our appreciation for the intricate dance between Earth and Sun. It's a good reminder that nature doesn't follow rigid rules but rather flows in cycles and rhythms that have fascinated humans for, well, thousands of years. So, the June solstice isn't just a single moment frozen in time. It's part of a beautiful ongoing process that shapes our experience of day and night. Climate impact of the June solstice. The June solstice doesn't just influence Earth's daylight hours, it also plays a crucial role in shaping our planet's climate patterns. As the northern hemisphere tilts toward the sun, it absorbs more solar energy, warming the atmosphere and oceans. This increase in heat drives weather systems, creating the summer season with its characteristic warmth and storms. Meanwhile, the southern hemisphere cools down, entering winter. These shifts in temperature affect wind patterns, ocean currents, and even rainfall distribution around the globe. For example, monsoon seasons in Asia are closely tied to the solstice's timing, bringing vital rains that support agriculture and ecosystems. The solstice's impact extends beyond just light and dark. It orchestrates the complex climate rhythms that sustain life on Earth. Understanding this connection helps us appreciate how a single astronomical event can ripple through the environment, influencing everything from daily weather to long-term climate trends. It's a powerful reminder of the delicate balance between Earth's tilt, the sun's energy, and the dynamic systems that keep our planet habitable. Cultural and mythological significance. The June solstice has long been a profound source of inspiration for art, literature, and mythology across diverse cultures, highlighting humanity's enduring fascination with the sun's immense power and influence. Throughout history, many ancient stories and legends have portrayed the solstice as a magical time when gods and spirits are believed to roam the earth, or when the veil between the physical world and the spiritual realm becomes thinnest. In Greek mythology, for instance, the solstice was closely associated with Apollo, the god of light, music, and prophecy, symbolizing illumination and divine insight. Similarly, Native American tribes traditionally held vibrant ceremonies to honor the sun's life-giving energy, using rhythmic dance, soulful song, and communal gatherings to celebrate the turning of the seasons and express gratitude for nature's cycles. Even in modern times, the solstice continues to inspire artists, poets, and writers who draw upon its rich symbolism to explore themes of transformation, renewal, hope, and the eternal dance between light and darkness. The solstice represents more than just an astronomical event. It serves as a powerful metaphor for change and rebirth, reminding us of our deep-rooted connection to the cosmos and the natural world. This unique moment in the year is where science and spirituality intersect, inviting wonder, reflection, and a sense of unity with the universe. Modern technology and the June solstice. Technology today allows us to observe the June solstice with incredible precision and detail, revealing new insights into this ancient event. Satellites orbiting Earth capture stunning images of sunlight patterns, while sophisticated instruments measure the sun's exact position and intensity. These tools help scientists track changes in Earth's tilt and orbit, improving climate models and our understanding of seasonal shifts. Additionally, digital apps and websites provide real-time solstice data, making it accessible to anyone curious about the sun's journey. This fusion of ancient knowledge and modern technology enriches our appreciation of the solstice, connecting us to a tradition that spans millennia. It also highlights how science continues to evolve, uncovering the subtle complexities of Earth's relationship with the sun. Whether you're a casual observer or a space enthusiast, technology invites you to witness the solstice in new ways, deepening your connection to the rhythms that govern life on our planet. Thanks for exploring the wonders of the June solstice with Space Facts. If you enjoyed this journey through Earth's cosmic dance, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell icon, so you never miss an update on our amazing universe. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below sharing how the solstice affects your part of the world or any cool facts you know. Your support helps us bring more mind-blowing space content right to you. Stay curious, and see you in the next video.